Reveal.
When is a wand no longer a wand? When it's a gun. As with last year's installment, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a third-person cover shooter with wands instead of guns. Stupefy isn't a stunning spell in this game, it's a pistol. Expulso isn't an exploding spell, it's a rapid-fire machine gun. Maybe this nonsensical take on the license wouldn't be so disastrous if the resulting game was fun, but for the most part, it just isn't. Switching between spells provides some variety in the second half, but otherwise, Deathly Hallows Part 2 is tedious and dumb, failing both as a game and as a licensed product. Deathly Hallows Part 2 takes events from the final Harry Potter film and combines them with shooter standbys that just don't fit. One such standby, the Defend mission. In various levels, you protect Hermione from enemies while she casts Alohomora, and every time it's striking just how silly the whole thing is. Since when does Alohomora take 5 minutes to cast? What is Hermione doing all that time? How is it that doors within Gringotts Bank can be opened with such an elementary spell? In another mission, you take control of Seamus Finnegan and plant charges of some sort around Hogwarts' covered bridge. What are these, magical C4 charges? If you're a Harry Potter fan, these questions will be on your mind constantly because nothing makes a lick of sense in the context of the universe. As a shooter, the game is fairly typical. You take cover behind objects and then peek above or lean out to fire. You begin with Stupefy, but gradually unlock new spells, none of which function as they do in the novels. An authentic Expelliarmus spell should knock a wand out of an opponent's hand, for example, but here, it's used to break an opponent's Protego shield. Poor use of the license aside, Deathly Hallows Part 2 isn't a good shooter either. You shoot the same nameless generic enemies time and again. Then you move down a narrow path so you can take some cover and shoot more clones. Several levels are just as boring as can be, like your trek into the Chamber of Secrets where you walk in the dark a whole lot and only occasionally shoot a few spiders. There are a few good moments though. One is a battle between McGonagall and a hulking giant in which you use your Impedimenta homing missiles to knock the big guy off balance. The battle is somewhat entertaining because it demands switching between different spells. A few sequences that have you sprinting towards the camera as you escape danger are done well too. That's because they have an element the rest of the game doesn't have, a sense of urgency. Not that it ever has a chance to build up much momentum. Even on the hardest difficulty, the game's between 3 and 4 hours long. You can replay missions as time challenges and earn a place on the online leaderboards, but these missions don't make for very good challenges. In part, that's because you still have to wait around for your AI companions to open gates or trigger scripted events. The Connect and co-op features of the previous game have been wiped away, and so this last of the Harry Potter movie games is the worst value of them all. It isn't for Harry Potter fans, and it isn't for anyone else either.
I'm okay. Thanks.
You better watch out. These passageways are really old.